Have you ever had a relationship that started out feeling like a movie? That can't eat, can't sleep, electric feeling, only to find yourself a few months later thinking, wait, is this broken? Because suddenly it feels like work? We're all told that true love should be effortless. But what if that one piece of advice is the biggest lie in modern romance, and it's setting us all up for failure? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the myth of the effortless connection to show you what actually makes love last. From the very first fairy tale we hear, we're sold a fantasy. Love just happens. It's a lightning strike. You find your other half, and everything just clicks. Hollywood and social media are constantly showing us these perfect highlight reels of couples who seem to float in a state of easy, blissful connection. The problem? This creates a huge, painful gap between what we expect love to be and what a real, long-term partnership actually is. This lie is so damaging because it teaches us that work is a bad word in a relationship. It makes us believe that if you have to try, it must not be meant to be. So, when that initial, intoxicating phase of a relationship inevitably fades, what psychologists call limerence, we panic. We think the magic is gone, or we picked the wrong person. We start believing that truly compatible couples don't argue. That couldn't be more wrong. The myth of the effortless romance makes us give up right when things are about to get real. It robs us of the chance to build something truly deep, all because we're chasing a feeling that was never meant to last forever. The secret is to stop chasing a fantasy and start embracing what's real. And the good news is, real love is so much more fulfilling and sustainable than the myth. It's just built on a different, stronger foundation. Here are the truths that will completely change how you see your relationships. Great relationships aren't found, they're built. Lasting love isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you achieve. Think of it like building a house. You don't just find a perfect, fully furnished home. You have to pour the foundation, lay the bricks, and keep up with the maintenance, year after year. Love is the exact same. The real magic isn't in the initial spark. It's in the thousand small daily choices to show up for your partner, to really listen, and to choose each other again and again. As researcher Brené Brown says, the idea that a strong relationship is always 50-50 is a total myth. It's about one partner showing up with 80% when the other only has 20% to give, and trusting that they'll do the same for you when you need it. That's not an accident. That's a conscious choice. Love is a verb. Compatibility is something you create, not something you have. The myth tells us compatibility is about liking the same music or laughing at the same TV shows. And while that's nice, true compatibility is so much deeper. It isn't a fixed checklist you either pass or fail. It's a skill you develop together. It's about sharing core values and wanting similar things for your future. But more than that, it's about how you navigate your differences. Every couple has them. But truly compatible couples learn how to use those differences to grow. Research from the Gottman Institute shows that the most successful couples aren't the ones who are most similar, but the ones who are best at managing their disagreements. They get curious about where their partner is coming from instead of just trying to be right. Compatibility is something you create, not something you have. The myth tells us compatibility is about liking the same music or laughing at the same TV shows. And while that's nice, true compatibility is so much deeper. It isn't a fixed checklist you either pass or fail. It's a skill you develop together. It's about sharing core values and wanting similar things for your future. But more than that, it's about how you navigate your differences. Every couple has them. But truly compatible couples learn how to use those differences to grow. Research from the Gottman Institute shows that the most successful couples aren't the ones who are most similar, but the ones who are best at managing their disagreements. They get curious about where their partner is coming from, instead of just trying to be right. Conflict is a feature, not a bug. We've been conditioned to see conflict as a red flag. If you're fighting, something is wrong with the relationship. But according to relationship experts like Dr. John Gottman, not only is conflict inevitable, it's actually healthy. The goal isn't to avoid fighting. It's to get good at repairing things afterward. An argument is a chance to understand your partner on a level you couldn't before. The masters of relationships aren't the couples who never disagree. They're the ones who can stay respectful and kind even when they're upset. They listen to understand, not just to argue back. When you start seeing conflict as an opportunity to make your bond stronger, instead of a threat that will break it, everything changes. So the biggest lie about relationships is that the right one will be easy. The truth is, a healthy relationship doesn't need you to be perfect matches. It needs you to be a committed team. The most beautiful and resilient connections aren't the ones that started effortlessly. They're the ones that have been intentionally built, patched up, and chosen, over and over again. They feel like home not because there was never a storm, but because two people decided to build a house that could withstand one. If this video changed your perspective a little, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And maybe share this with someone who needs to hear that the work is what makes it all worthwhile.